Hello, everyone. Am I audible? I think yes.
I think we should start now. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Myself, Binal Patel. I'm education counselor at CECA. And today we have Harmeet Saini. He's a migration agent. And we both will discuss about... okay, just a minute. I think that is different PPT. Just skill assessment, not a community service. This one. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. Okay. So again, hello everyone. Myself, Binal Patel. I'm educational counselor at CECA. And today we have Harmeet Saini. He's a migration agent. And we both will discuss about the community service, education, and migration pathways. So I think some of you joined. So we'll start the session. And the session will be in English for approximately 40 minutes. So first we will discuss about education. And then later on, Harmeet Saini, migration agent, will discuss about the PR pathways for the community service. And before we start, I'll give you the brief about CECA. CECA is a organization has been working in this industry since last 17 years, and we have a quite good experience in education and migration. We have experts to guide you for the PR and education thing. So here is the number and email address mentioned. If you have any queries, if you are not audible or something, you can just text or email us. And if you have any queries in between the session, you can just send a message to Facebook, Instagram, and any social media platform, and we will get back to you. So let's start the process as session. Okay, in this session, what we will cover, the topic that we are going to discuss is a community service. So why you choose community service, the PR pathways, and the education thing. First, I will be discussing about the education intake available for this diploma community service and bachelor of community service. And then Mr. Harmeet Saini, the migration agent, will discuss about the PR pathways, 189, 190, 491, employer sponsor, and other queries. And at last, we will have a question and answer session. So if you have any questions, just text us or email us, or you can ask here. Okay, let's start the session. Okay, first of all, why you should study community service and what is the purpose of studying community service? First of all, it will leads to PR, and there are multiple occupation that will leads to PR. As you can see in this session, that this disability support, aged care worker, youth worker, you can become disability support worker, community support worker, and you go further for your PR pathways. So first of all, that is very demanding. Community sector, in health sector, these courses are very demanding. Of course, there will leads to PR as well, and you will find a job in regional areas. They will pay you in a good amount of financial things. So you will be eligible to apply for PR based on your qualification and education. So we will start with the certificate courses. So you can start with certificate 3 individual support, certificate 4 disability support, and diploma community service, then bachelor of community service, and then master of social work. So let's start with certificate 3 and certificate 4 disability support work. So in this certificate course, you need at least 5 overall 5.5, no less than 5 band in PT, IELTS, or any equivalent test. You don't need to worry about if you don't have any English test. Then institute will have that own English LLN test, placement test. If you have a visa, valid visa, if you're onshore, so definitely you don't need to worry about your PT or IELTS score. You can directly enroll in the certificate individual support and disability support worker. The qualification required is only year 12. Some of institute in different state, they will also accept if you have completed year 10 in English speaking countries. So they will accept your qualification. They can enroll you in certificate 3 courses. And the free structure, if you talk about, there's 6 to 7,000 for certificate 3, and individual support, if you are looking for disability support certificate 4, then fee structure will be 6 to 7,000. So altogether the course duration will be 2 years, certificate 3 for 1 year, certificate 4 disability support worker will be 1 year. So altogether 2 years course. And after completing this course, you can get a job in aged care as a PCA, personal care assistant. And then the pathway will start. Definitely you can directly enroll in diploma community service and bachelor of community service. But if you have only year 12 qualification and if you want to start from basic, then you can start with certificate 3 individual support. There are multiple institute and private institute, and the TAFE also provide these courses. The fee structure will be quite similar. So if you talk about Melbourne, there is multiple institute. There is IHNA, Greenwich Institute, Job Training Institute, Australian Sovereign College that provide certificate 3 in individual support and certificate 4 in disability support worker. If you're particularly looking for Tasmania, then the Australian Sovereign College is providing quite a good qualification in Tasmania. So there are different qualification for the community worker. So if you're going for a diploma community service, then there will be a different entry requirement. So we discuss about certificate 3 individual support and certificate 4 disability support worker. So altogether 2 years course, entry requirement is overall 5.5, no less than 5. And you can get admission in any intake. So they have a multiple intake available, and they provide the scholarship as well. There will be a placement that the institute will provide you. It will be unpaid, but the placement will provide by the institute. Most of the institute provide the placements. So before you enroll in particular courses, you need to check with the institute and the agent that if the institute is providing a scholarship or not. Let's talk about diploma community service. So this is very popular at this time. As we can say, there is two things you need to understand, that diploma community services, some institute provide the credited by the ACWA, the Australian Community Worker Association. The qualification is credited by this ACWA. The skill assessment and everything will be assessed by this body. So if some institute are not credited, you don't need to worry about. If you enroll, for example, if you enroll in the non-credited institutes, so don't worry about that. Just complete that course, and you can, after completing this course, 1 year of experience, post-education experience. After completing this course, you can work for at least 1 year, and you can apply for the skill assessment. The other thing will explain by the Harmeet sir about the skill assessment and the PR pathways. So he will explain you in detail that how you can do your skill assessment and everything after completing diploma community service. So diploma community service, basically the entry requirement is overall six, no less than 6. Some institute may ask for 6.5, but mostly the entry requirement is 6 overall, and each 6 band in PT, IELTS, or any equivalent test. So these things you need to understand, that before you enroll in any institute, just check with your agent and the institute does this particular institute is credited by the EQUA or not. So if you are particularly looking for a credited institute, then apply with the credited. Some institute are provisionally credited. There will be a different case scenario if their accreditation can be cancelled by the EQUA. So before you enroll in this course, check with the institute if the course is credited by the EQUA or not. Entry requirement that we did discuss about, entry requirement for English is overall 6, no less than 6. Fee structure, if I talk about, for 1 year, some institute will provide 1 year course, $14 to $15,000 per year, and some of they provide 2 years of diploma community service, so it will cost you approximately 20,000, 24,000. And we have a multiple option available in Victoria and New South Wales as well. For the diploma community service, we have a GBC, George Brown College. They provide diploma community service for 2 years, and they also provide the scholarship as well. The Icon Institute, everyone knows about, they are providing 40%, 30% scholarship. STOTS, Menzies, there are multiple institute for the diploma community service. And if you are particularly looking for accredited institute, then you can check with the Boxall Institute. They provide credited diploma community service course. So this is all about diploma. After completing this course, you become a diploma community worker, and this course will leads to PR. Let's talk about Bachelor of Community Service. So this is the course that mostly the applicant is looking for, because after completing this Bachelor of Community Service, you will get a TR, temporary work visa. So after completing diploma community service, you don't get a TR. So that's thing will explain by the Harmeet sir later on. Let's talk about Bachelor of Community Service. So in Bachelor of Community Service, the entry requirement is 6, not less than 5. In some institute, they provide 6.5. So before you apply for the offer letter or apply for the application, check with the institute about the entry requirement. And the fee structure is quite competitive. The Icon is providing 30% or 40% scholarship depending on your qualification. Mostly they're providing 35% scholarship. And if you are going with the package with AGL, Australian Learning Group, this all together is a 45% of scholarship they are providing. So what they are doing, the Icon don't have an intake available for 2026 or 7. Might be they will get new capacity for this upcoming intakes. But for now, what they are giving with the package course, the certificate 3, diploma, and a bachelor with Icon. So if you are going with the package, altogether you will get a 45% of scholarship. So this scholarship is for all the students. It's not limited for the students who have their higher education or some kind of good academics or something. It's for all the applicants who are applying for the Bachelor of Community Service package course with the ALG. So let's talk about entry requirement. So overall, that I told you, the some institute will provide 6.5 overall, and each 6 band in PT, IELTS, or any equivalent test. And let's talk about mainly the duration is 3 years. Obviously, it's a bachelor for 3 years. And there is a STOT Institute, Crown Institute. They are providing scholarship. Of course, that's a different thing, that Icon is providing more scholarship. But every institute, the STOTS Institute, the Bachelor of Community Service, is credited by the EQUA. So if you are looking for credited course, then go for STOTS Institute. They have a Perth campus as well, but you need to check if they have a seats available or not, because every time if they are accepting application definitely, but if they are full in capacity, so what they will do, they will put your application on hold. If someone will withdraw the application or something, so they will give you the spot. So don't withdraw your application. And for Bachelor of Community Service, try to apply application before at least 2 to 3 months or 4 months, because in Perth and Adelaide, the campus and the capacity will full very early. So try to apply as soon as possible with this institute. And if you are looking for particular regional, then the Crown Institute has the best option. They have a Canberra campus, regional campus. So if you're looking for a Bachelor of Community Service in regional, then this is a good option. The credited course for Bachelor of Community provided by the Stotts Box Hill Federation University. And if you are looking for Sydney, then University of New England. If you're looking for university, you don't want to go for institute, then you definitely go for University of New England, Southern Cross University, and St. George College. They have a provisionally credited, but definitely you can choose this option as well. That's all about Bachelor of Community Service. The another thing that we can discuss, that master. In community service, there is no master, but there is a master of social work. It will, it's all related, that if you have completed a Bachelor of Community Service, and still if you want to increase your skills, you enhance your skills, then you can choose a Master of Social Work. It's a different category, different body that will assess your case. And we mostly focus on Bachelor of Community for now. I think we already covered that, so Master of Social Work earlier, but definitely there will be a master pathway for the graduates for community service. If you are graduate from Bachelor of Community Service, then definitely you can choose a Master of Social Work. But I will give you the little bit of entry requirement and the fee structure for Master of Social Work as well. So Master of Social Work, definitely they will ask for 7 each. So there is mostly no institute or university they will accept without PT or IELTS band. So you need 7 each. That's a basic requirement. You, whatever the field you have, you can go into Master of Social Work. If you are not from the similar background, then they will provide you the pathway program, the graduate certificate leading to Master of Social Work. But definitely this is a good option as well. But the main thing, that the English requirement, they require 7 each. And the fee structure is approximately 60,000 for 2 years, 62,000 for 2 years. And for bachelor, that all we discussed, that fee structure is 60, maximum 64,000 for 3 years. And they also will provide the payment plan as well, but you have to pay in 3 months or 6 months semester fees altogether to get the COEs. And they have an intake available. Next year, intake available is February, March. So if you are looking for Bachelor of Community Service or Diploma Community Service, try to enroll yourself as soon as possible, because seats are going to full very soon. So this is all about Bachelor Diploma Community Services. I have explained the entry requirement, the fee structure, the scholarship, and the intake available. Now I will request Hermes sir to explain about the skill assessment after completing this course, and he will explain you about the PR pathways as well. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vinal. Hello, everyone. Myself, Hermes Sani, Registered Migration Agency, ECA. And thank you, Vinal, for discussing the entry requirement for the community service program, their associated cost, and the future outcome of the program, whether it is vocational or whether it is higher level bachelor degree or master program in community services. So I'm going to discuss regarding the assessment pathway and the PR pathway over these courses. So on the screen, you can see after doing the community services, there are different pathways available. So first of all, let's discuss about the community worker. So when you enroll for this program and graduated either diploma or degree level program in community services. So a community worker is a person after getting these qualifications who is qualified and experienced in working with individuals, families, and communities to address barriers which prevent them from accessing basic human needs such as housing, health services, employment, education, recreation, So Community Work Australia, it formerly known as ACWA, as we were discussing. So Australian Community Worker Association, its name is changed to Community Work Australia now. So they works for the benefit of the community by ensuring community workers are well qualified and skilled to provide community services. So Community Work Australia is the skill assessing authority now for services applying to the applicants willing to migrate to Australia under selected occupations like general skill migration program, occupation listed on MLT SSL or short-term lists STSOL. Also, they assess the occupation on DAMA occupation list and also aged care industry labor agreement occupations. So for DAMA or the normal skill assessment, the assessment authority Community Work Australia fee structure is 965 and 500 they charge for review the application. If by any reason, if your application is unsuccessful, you want to go for the review with further evidences, then they charge 500. So applications are assessed against multiple criteria, which may require you to provide evidences of your qualifications, English language proficiency, industry experience, and industry currency. The different occupation, as you can see on the screens, are welfare center manager, welfare worker, community worker, disability service officer, family support worker, residential care officer, youth worker. So all these categories are assessed through Community Work Australia. You can go ahead with either of the visa subclass. I'm going to discuss further after this. At the moment, I'm discussing the skill assessment criteria. So you can go through any skill visas, either it is 189, 190, 491, but not all the occupation go for 189. So only one or two application can lead to 189. So other are eligible for 190 and 491 visas. So I will discuss soon. Let's discuss first the assessment criteria. So assessment criteria on most of these occupations are quite similar. Let me change the screen first. Yep, this is PR pathway. Yes. So there are three criteria when we're going to assess application for community workers. The first criteria is a relevant qualification. So most of the occupation, except welfare center manager, requires AQF level 5 or higher qualification, which is accredited diploma or higher bachelor or master course. Usually these qualification, either you're studying diploma level program in community services or you study bachelor of community services, those your course structure must cover some major topics like psychology, social, political, economic structure, social politics, human development, general and specialized welfare services and system, works with individual, family, group, communities, communications, basic counseling, and interpersonal skills. And some additional subjects could be added in terms of specialization like child development, social justice, child protection, mental health, drugs and alcohol issues, crisis intervention, psychology, youth work, working with children and family, community development, juvenile justice, or family violence. So it depends upon the major you're going ahead while doing these courses. Second criteria is the English language. So assessing authority is very strict for English language proficiency. So from 7th of August last month, 2025, the English test provided for Australian visa purposes changed. And hence Community Work Australia also updated our skill assessment criteria to align with those changes. So the acceptable test are required to score on or after 7th of August 2025. So IELTS 7 each band. It is not changed. It used to be 7 each band before as well, but PTE structure, it's changed. So before 7th of August 2025, it was required as 65 band each, but now it's changed to PTE academic. Listening, you need to go for 58, speaking 76, reading 59, and writing 69. So apart from these tests, you can also go ahead with some other tests like C1 Advanced, TOEFL, IBT, or CALPIP, Journal, Language Cert, and MET. So these three tests, they recently added after 7th of August. So if you struggling to get the required band, so you can opt for these new tests as well. So if the English requirement can be waived, but there is a different criteria. If you studied from one of the following country I'm going to discuss, so in that case, you don't have to go for the English test. So if you completed your qualification in one of the English speaking country, and that qualification must be bachelor, master, or higher, like PhD or something, or you completed all your secondary education or post-secondary education out of this country, then you don't have to go for the English test. So you then you're eligible to meet the English language proficiency. So these countries are Australia, of course, Canada, Republic of Ireland, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and USA. Third criteria is to maintain the currency. So the applicant must also demonstrate their knowledge and skill are up to date. So these skills can be acknowledged in terms of if you holding your qualification, diploma or bachelor or master degree within the last 4 years. So you're meeting this criteria. But if your qualification is quite old, in that case, you must have minimum at least 3 months of work experience currently while lodging that application for the skill assessment. Means you have to be working from last 3 months in that occupation related to the community work. Otherwise, if you currently not working, but you previously worked at least 6 months from last 18 months, still you eligible to apply. So this is the main criteria to go for the skill assessment for community services in Australia. So if you're meeting the accredited or non-accredited with work experience requirements, means qualification, meeting the English proficiency, and meeting the currency. So you all good, you will get the positive assessment of your skill assessment application. Now let's discuss the PR pathways after community qualifications. Let me change the screen first. Yes. So PR pathway, you can go either for 189, 190, 491. So 189 pathway only available for if you're working as a welfare center manager. So all other occupations, if you're working for community worker, disability service officer, family support worker, resident care officer. So all these qualifications require diploma level of qualification and only eligible for 190 and 491. And you only can go ahead with the TR application if you have done the bachelor level of program. On diploma, it's not eligible for 485 visa. But all general skill migration, these courses are acceptable to go for the skill assessment and PR pathways. So the common step for these visa subclasses are, first of all, one of the mandatory steps is the skill assessment. So you must have skill assessment in your nominated occupation, and skill assessment criteria I already discussed. And you must pass the point test. You must have at least minimum 65 points on the skills select. And then lodge, if you're meeting this requirement, lodge an application on skills select for EOI, expression of interest. If you're going for 190 or 491 nomination, you must meet the state or tertiary nomination criteria. So which depends upon the state to state. Each state has their own criteria in terms of residency, work requirements, or study requirements. And when you get the invitation, then you are invited to lodge the visa subclass. Either of these, whatever visa subclass, you will get the invitation. So you get, if you're going for 190, you get 5 extra points for state nomination. But if you invited for 491, you will get 15 extra points from the state. Or you can also go ahead with the family sponsorship. So 491 has 2 categories. The second pathway after general skill migration is employer sponsor. So it's another most adoptable pathway nowadays from the applicants who have a certain level of work experience in their field, and the employer willing to sponsor them. So it is the best pathway to opt for the PR. So you can choose either 482 visa first and then transit to 186 visa, or otherwise if you have at least 3 years of work experience, you can choose direct PR pathway in terms of 186 visa under employer nomination schemes. 494 pathway is also available. Again, it's required 3 years of work experience. It's a regional provisional visa. So after getting 482 visa, so you either of these 482, 494, or 186, they all employer sponsor visa. You need an employer for sponsorship. So first of all, you have to go for skill assessment, which is again one of the mandatory criteria for 494 or even for 186 if you're going for direct entry scheme. And sometime for 482 subclass, the department asks for skill assessment if your qualification is not obtained from Australia or participating countries. So after getting the skill assessment, you have to gain post-qualification work experience. So like I said, it's required 1 year of work experience for 482 visa and 3 years for 494 or 186 visa. And then secure an employer willing to sponsor. So if the employer willing to sponsor you, so this is the one of the mandatory requirement to go under these schemes. So then when employer willing to sponsor you, then employer laws standard business sponsorship. If already not been approved, so they can apply while nominating you for these visas. Then employer submit the nomination application, and then you lodge the visa subclass, either for which employer going to nominate you. So if you have to apply for 186, definitely all PR visa requires your age must be less than 45. Otherwise, for 482, so there is no age restriction. So you can apply any age, but at least you have to under 18. So this is all about the PR pathway and assessment criteria for community services, people who are going to complete these courses or willing to enroll for these courses. Now you know what is the entry requirements, what is the fee structure, what sort of course you have to opt, and what is the assessment criteria and PR pathway. So everything we discussed in detail, but still if you have any query, you still want to inquire something regarding for these courses, either for the PR or either for the enrollment, please do contact our NERAT office, or you can contact on our numbers that displays on the screen. So thank you very much for today's session. So we will see you again for next topic next time. So goodbye till then. Thank you.
All good. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time and listening our discussion. And if you have any question, you can contact us. Thank you, sir, for explaining all the PR pathways and everything. So if you have any questions, just contact us, and our migration expert and education expert will contact you soon. All good. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.